You got a new movie. You thought it was done at 3, but Disney wants to make some more money, so you got a new movie. You got another Toy Story. Hi, I'm Andre. I'm a black nerd with a review for you. Black Nerd Reviews. What was that? Toy Story 4. I'm gonna give you the good, I'm gonna give you the bad, and this time instead of giving you the nerdy, I'm gonna give you the sad. Of course, it's been discussed if we needed Toy Story 4, Toy Story 3 felt like an ending. But of course, I assume that a Disney Pixar movie with the characters from Toy Story was still gonna be a good movie, and it is a good movie. It is a funny movie. Crazy funny. It's probably one of the funniest of the Toy Story movies. I guess because they've done the usual rigmarole with the Toy Story franchise, they were like, hey, let's have a little bit more fun with this one. And it shows. There are some times when jokes are just going in this movie. I laughed out loud because a lot of times it's just kind of like, oh, this is fun, I'm having a good time. But this one, I was like, you know? There's just some timing and beat. Sometimes the jokes aren't even dialogue. Sometimes they're just facial expressions of the toys or those awkward pauses or things like that. Jordan Peele and Keegan-Michael Key in this movie as Bunny and Ducky, everything they say is pretty much hilarious. And look, I knew that I was going to be okay with those two, but I still got a little nervous because, you know, it's two side characters being comedic, and Toy Story is not necessarily known for its urban flavor. But with those two actors doing the roles, they were good characters. Buddy and Ducky are funny. And they have a gag. There is a running gag that happens with them that is so hilarious. And just when I think that they're done with it, they build on it, and every single time they build on it, it just gets funnier and more ridiculous, and I love that. Also, of course, gotta give props to Keanu Reeves as Duke Kaboom. The Keanu-sance is happening, so I wanted to at least point it out that, like, he's really good in this movie. All the new characters I really like. I like Bunny and Ducky, I like Duke Kaboom. I love Forky. Forky, the spork with the eyeball, the googly eyes, and the yarn, and the popsicle sticks for feet that just all of a sudden is now a toy. Just everything about that character is very funny. Just the way that he is supposed to be a toy, but he doesn't want to be a toy. Tony Hale, who's playing that character, just does a good job. It's just so great, that character, and it definitely brings up a lot of questions that the movie even kind of makes fun of every once in a while, of like, how is this a toy? That led to some really good comedy, some really good dialogue. The movie's just very funny. But it's a Toy Story movie, so of course it has heart as well. Especially comes through the appearance of Bo Peep. If you've seen the trailers, you know that Bo Peep returns in this movie, and we get a little bit of backstory about what happened to her and why she was gone. And it's interesting because I remember Bo Peep from the earlier movies, but I kind of forgot what kind of a toy she was or what she was a part of. So when they explain it again in this movie of what she is a part of as a toy, I was like, oh, so this all makes sense, and it makes sense with her character of why she feels the way that she feels being gone and even reuniting. And the result of that is some great dialogue between her and Woody about their purpose as a toy in this world. And that's where I think most of the heart comes in. And also just with Woody in general. Like, there's a whole big thing that's going on with Woody in this entire movie. He is dealing with some stuff. He's dealing with some stuff with his friends, with meeting Bo Peep again, with Bonnie and Forky and all that kind of stuff. That's where I feel like Toy Story 4 shines the best, and that's where you're going to really get the heart. That's the part of the movie where I feel like, okay, you did need a fourth movie to get into this. And I feel like it's a good story to tell about these characters and what they're going through at this point, at this phase of their life, compared to what they've done in the past, particularly being with Andy versus being with Bonnie. Bonnie is different from Andy when it comes to her toys and who she plays with and what she does with them. So it's very interesting to see that and see the toys have to adjust to that. What are these toys' lives like now that they're with Bonnie? Woody gets a lot of love in this movie. Bo Peep gets a lot of love in this movie. The new characters get their time to shine. Buzz Lightyear, he eventually gets to be a part of the adventure. Everybody else, sidelined. There's a point where the rest of the gang is pretty much in a car, and they mostly stay there for a lot of the movie. And it makes sense because there's a lot of toys in this movie. We meet new toys. We see a lot of the older toys. We've even had some actors who have unfortunately passed away. So it kind of makes sense that not every toy gets as much love equally across this movie. When they get into the usual Toy Story antics, which is the someone needs to be saved or someone's lost and we need to go find them, that's going to feel a little similar. When you're in movie 4, you're just going to get a feeling of the samesies. I still enjoyed it. It's still fun. It's still entertaining. Mission needs to be solved. We'll have some fun stuff with the toys to try to solve it, some jokes along the way, but there's nothing about the specific mission that's unique. We've seen it, we've done it, still enjoyed it, but know it. There's even a part of the movie that for me felt very similar to a part in another Pixar movie, another Pixar sequel at that. But let's get to the sad. I will not say what happened, but there is a part in this movie where my friend caught me. I was trying so hard to like watch it and be like, nah, I'm not gonna. And then my friend literally leaned over to me and was like, are you crying? And I'm like, no! Toy Stories, I don't know what you guys do with these movies where you just have that moment. Toy Story 3 got me with that. Toy Story 2 got me with that. And this one got me too, man. That's what kind of tipped it over. I was like, this is feeling fun. This is feeling good. But yeah, dude, they always do it. How do you do it, Toy Story? How do you do it? It's not even like a super tragic thing or anything like that. It's just something that just emotionally hit me hard. And I just was like, oh, the feels. Toy Story, why you do this to me? You can say anything you want about the qualities of the other Pixar films, but I always feel like Toy Story has always been that gold standard, and it seems to still hold that up, so that even a movie that you kind of feel like shouldn't even be here still ends up being like a really good top of the line Pixar movie. This is still one of the better of the Pixar movies. How do you do that? I love Toy Story 4, man. I really, really did. I really liked it a lot more than I thought it was going to. I should have known, but I really did. I'm torn on how to give this a rating. On one end, I'm like, give it the highest rating. Love a lot. It's a Pixar movie. It's a Toy Story movie. No brainer. But then a part of me is like, no, it feels more like a tender heart because I have seen some of this before. It is the fourth entry. But then that heart comes in to the point where I literally cried. And I'm just like, can I do it in the middle? Can we all agree that it's okay this one time to kind of go like half tender heart, half love a lot? Like a tender lot or a love our heart? I'm gonna make up bears. Those are my thoughts on Toy Story 4. Let me know if you're planning on seeing the movie, and if you do see it, let me know what you think of it. Check out some of my other movie reviews, and if you're new here and you like what you see here, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so you can get possibly notified about other videos I do. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Audi 5000. You got a friend in me, or at least a YouTube channel you can watch in me.